Greetings, Hoodoo family. I hope you're doing well and you're being safe out here. And I certainly hope that these videos are helping you on your Hoodoo journey. Well, family, today I want to talk to you about the tars of Hoodoo. Stinking, nasty, icky, but spiritually strong. I'm talking about pine tar and coal tar. So let me first share one of my experiences with pure pine tar. Back in 2020, there was a guy I knew who was very good. He was just a good brother, nice as could be. He was very hardworking and sincere. I had got to know him through eBay. He bought several of my products and we communicated. Now, he was married and him and his wife was going through a rough spot. She was under outside influences, trying to do things with others that was kind of concerning to him. It was very obvious she was confused. Maybe there were people trying to encourage her to do things outside of her marriage. So I did some readings for him and I picked up that deep down inside, she still actually loved him. But these time had went on in the marriage and the outside influences, they all took a toll on the marriage. So he reached out to me to see what I could do to help him. So I sold him a hoodoo root bottle to kind of clear the air between them. Get rid of those outside influences and put them back on a level ground. If true love was still there, it would reveal itself and they would be able to start over. So I did this not to harm anyone, but to remove what was coming between them, and I needed something powerful to do this. I used pure pine tar, a black feather, and a special root bag in the bottle. And eventually I didn't hear from him for a while, so I kind of forgot about the situation. Well, about 2 months later, he contacted me and he told me that everything was going great for the two of them. They had come back together and they were working things out. And to this day, they are together and they have a wonderful marriage. But it was the pine tar that did the primary work of removing what stood between them. Now, that was the last time that I worked with a tar in hoodoo, but I am very grateful for what the tar spirit helped to do. The tars of hoodoo, pine tar, and coal tar. I'm not encouraging you to work with these two because they are both very messy. I'm sharing this with you for your knowledge, your understanding, your awareness of some of the things that our ancestors used that we really don't use today. And these are two very powerful nature spirits that we no longer hardly use. But they deserve to be highlighted because they are super strong spirits of nature and our ancestors relied on them. So they are mostly forgotten today because they're very difficult to work with. Coal tar is hard to find these days. Actually, I think it's banned in some states. When you do find it, it's always part of an emulsion or it's part of a product. You can't find it by itself. And maybe that it could be because it's illegal to sell it in its pure state. But also with coal tar, the smell is not compatible with our modern day living. The smell of pure pine tar isn't hardly any better, in my opinion. It also is loud and very strong smelling. So these are two powerful substances used in traditional hoodoo by our ancestors. Now, here's a secret from back in the day. You can actually do a spiritual cleansing bath with both pine tar and coal tar soaps. So if you want a really strong cleansing bath, I would recommend either one of these two. Now let's take a look at these in regards to what they can do in hoodoo. Now, coal tar is a complex, refined spirit of earth that does not like the sun. Similar to pyrite, it likes darkness. And of the two, coal tar is the most powerful in my opinion. One way to look at coal tar is that it's not your friend. It's not here to really help you. Used in the correct way and with the correct measurements, it can offer healing. But if you use too much, it can destroy. In hoodoo, it's mostly used for left-hand work to destroy enemies. This is what it's always been prized for as far as hoodoo work. It's one of many spirits used in jinx balls. It's used to dress left-hand works, and you can even use it by itself with pins and a petition inside a jar against an enemy. Now, pine tar is a little different. It's actually a tree spirit that is like bad tasting medicine. It's horrible to smell, but it's good for your health. It's good for you spiritually. Now, it's strong enough to banish and destroy, but in lower amounts, it can be a great spiritual purifier, a spiritual cleanser, and to purge spiritually. So you can use pine tar to dress both right hand and left hand works. And it's especially good for dressing medicine bags and healing hoodoo dolls and other type healing works. And I can remember my own grandparents using these for a variety of medicinal purposes. They are both used in similar ways in hoodoo. Both pine tar and coal tar is used in soaps. They're used in shampoos to treat psoriasis and eczema. So if you have these conditions, you might want to look into these products that contain these two, because they are very helpful for that. It really does help to control these skin conditions. Pine tar helps with just about any skin condition, including acne and itchy skin. Coal tar is more powerful than pine tar and is a natural bacterial soap. It helps with scalp conditions as well. Now, back in the day, our ancestors made salve with it and rubbed it on their sore muscles, their arthritic joints, and even on the chest for flu. Now, it is alleged that coal tar causes cancer, but the studies that have been done are not conclusive from what I've seen. So now you know about pine tar and coal tar in hoodoo. It's not some of my favorite nature spirits to work with, but it's certainly the strongest. Family, if you'd like to learn traditional hoodoo, I do have the Hoodoo Basic Training textbook in stock. It's a great way to get started in hoodoo with lessons, quizzes, assignments, step-by-step instructions for rituals and spells. I also have the Soulful Divination book, which teaches you 16 different divination methods, helping you to increase your interpretation skills and intuition. And just to let you know, I expect to have that 2026 Hoodoo Almanac available by the end of the month. But right now you can purchase, well, I think I might have 2 copies of the 2024 left, but I do have copies of the 2025 Hoodoo Almanac that's available. You can go check all of these out on my website. The link is in the description. Well, family, thank you for joining me. Until the next video, have a productive and positive hoodoo journey.